Hi everyone, thanks for opting in to view the demo of AgentLocator and the services that we can provide to you as realtors to help you grow your business, get more leads, and have you closing more transactions this year. So at AgentLocator, all of our websites have lead capture capability. They come with lead capture pages, landing pages that are interactive. They're almost like little mini websites on their own. You can even put them on their own domains. As well as we have an advanced CRM system, which is my favorite thing. It allows you as the realtor to really see what your leads and clients are doing. So for example, if you send them listings, you're going to be able to see the listings that they look at, how many times they're looking at them. That way it allows for you to follow up better and have a higher conversion rate with those leads. So here we're looking at a custom website. So we do offer both custom and template sites here at AgentLocator. This one here, the client was very specific about how he wanted the page displayed. So for example, he's got interactive, his widgets built right into the page here. His listings, he had to say as to how he wanted those displayed on the page, as well as this top menu here. One of the features he did not want to have is drop-down menus. The reason for it is on mobile, he believes that it's just a nuisance to have a drop-down menu. So here, if you click on one of his menu items, for example, it'll drop you right down to that section of the home page. Another custom site example here we have is the Butcher team. They also were very specific about the display and functionality of their site. So again, we've got little radio buttons. This search feature actually follows users as they scroll down the screen so that it's always available if they need it. So users would just type a city, community, or street name. They can refine their search and then view listings that way. These guys were also pretty big on YouTube. So they have, their YouTube feed, their channel here with everything on it, as well as, the listings. The listings they got to display, as per their request, which has a pretty cool feature that you can actually share it right from the home page, which is, awesome, especially if you're trying to promote your listings. And users then can share it on one of these, highly used social media pages, as well as there's about 50 or 75 other, different social media sites that these listings can be shared on. So all of our sites, we have customs as well as templates. Template sites, you can still do a lot with them, and they all still have the same landing pages, CRM system, so it works just as well. Just different price budgets for everyone, and we understand that. So here, this is a template site that we have. Just different. It has the same aspects that are pretty much on a custom site. It's just more or less you're confined to the template because these are already pre-coded. We can still do a lot, but there are still limitations to that. So here's one for you to look at here. As well as we've got this one. This is one of our other layout options with our template. And keep in mind, with our template sites, you can change your layout at any time, so you're never stuck with one particular look for the lifetime that you're with us. You can continually change the appearance of your site as you grow and prosper as an agent. So if your branding changes, we can change your site to go with that. So here we've got an agent that does a lot of video. So as long as you're able to post your videos on YouTube, we can have a section on your site for videos for users to view. Every site also comes with community pages. This just encourages website traffic and users when they are searching for a property, ease of use. If they're looking for a home in Oshawa, they just click Oshawa. It's going to pull up all those listings there. It's just eliminating some of the steps for them, making it easier to find listings on your website. We also do team sites. Again, template site. You wouldn't think it, but it is. So this is a great example of a template site. This client in particular had a lot of his own branding and color schemes and everything that he already had in place. We brought it over, incorporated it into a template site, and created something pretty fantastic for him. So here we have his, some of his landing pages and an option to search listings, as well as he's got his featured areas. The listings that are displayed on there. There is the ability to add a team section. So if you are more than one agent, you can list everyone individually with their own contact information, even their own social media, so Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. So this allows your agents to stand out, even though they are part of a team, everyone wants to be their own person at the same time, so this really allows them to do that. This agent's also added a video to the bottom of his site. And here we have another one of our more popular layouts. This is our layout one, so to speak, which would put your picture here and these images rotating in behind you. Again, this layout here is pretty straightforward. We have various listings features. So here, I think she's got 3 on this website. So she's got a section here for her listings only. If by chance she doesn't have a listing, this whole section disappears off the site, so it doesn't look like you're a lousy realtor with a section that says my listings and there's nothing there. Instead, what we could do is we have what we call as a featured listings. She's just named this something else, which then would show your listings first, followed by the brokerage listing. So it always looks like you always have active listings on your site. She's gone ahead and added a third, listings widget on this homepage that, separates her listings from her brokerage listings to just having listings that are, in the Kingston area as a total. Then again, she's got her areas of interest and so on. Now I had mentioned all of our sites do have lead capture capabilities, and I'll go through that with you. So for instance, if I click on this property here, what it's going to do is she's got the preview off. On a lot of sites here, we're going to have what covers this image is a sign-up form. So she's just turned that off because she wants people to be able to view these preview pictures. But if I was to go ahead and view properties 3 times, after I go to look at my 3rd property or the 20th picture, what it's going to do is it's actually going to, another pop-up is going to come and it's going to force me to sign in. It's going to, ask me for my contact information. If I don't give it, it's going to not let me into that listing, and users, generally realize that they have to give their information. Now this lead capture functionality, you can change it. You don't have to use the settings that we have. You have full control over it as to maybe you want them to see 2 listings or 5 listings before you force register. That's entirely up to you and how you want to have that functioning on your website. With our sites, we have the 4, there's actually 5 available landing pages. So one of them here is for buyers to get listing alerts. So these pages, mini little websites, they are interactive. You can even put them on their own domains. So if, for example, you work in the Toronto area or Vancouver area, let's say you go getvancouverlistings.com. You can drive traffic right to this page. You don't have to have them kind of go through your website and try to find it. You can drop them right here. Great way to, run campaigns on Facebook and things like that where you're trying to get those leads. This form here specifically, pretty straightforward. It's going to ask them 5 questions. So for example, I'm going to enter the city where I'm looking to buy. It's then going to go on. It's going to ask me, what type of home am I looking for? It's then going to ask me the price point of the home that I'm looking for. And then finally, it's going to ask me how many bedrooms and how many bathrooms. Okay, so once the user completes this, they're going to fill out their information, and immediately they're going to be sent an email with those listings that match that criteria, and another, asking that they verify and validate their email address. Now all of you know, there is not just 5 questions to anyone's home search. They are, buyers these days have a list of requirements that they're looking for. So we've gone ahead, our CRM system, and I'm going to show you that in a minute, can actually send out listings. So with this capability, it's going to send them the listings. You can then call that lead, go over their specifics as if you would any other buyer client that you have, and then go in and refine their search. You're going to find the majority of the same filters that you're going to find on your board feeds to help narrow down their search and send them the appropriate properties. So another landing page that we actually have 2 landing pages for Homeworth. So this one here, basically, if someone enters their address, it's going to pull up their area on a map. For example, I'm going to put in an area that, it's not going to give me any listings because he's not anywhere near where I am. So it's going to pull it up here. It's going to show the location on a map for the user to verify that, yes, that is where I live. Now, if they complete this form, what's going to happen is it's going to give them price points. It's going to pull up the listings that are recently in that area. They might say there's a, detached home at 2,500 square feet listed at $550,000. There's a townhouse, listed at, $665,000, that sort of thing. Now, don't worry if users come to this page and they only set their address in here, you still get that information. So all is not lost. So if they don't go forward and fill out this form, because a lot of internet traffic don't do that, you know, a lot do, but there's a lot that don't, we still capture the address for you. So you get that as a partial lead. So however you want to handle that address is entirely up to you. Maybe you want to send them marketing material, door knock that street, whatever it is that you do, we give you that second opportunity to work with that lead. Another feature that we have is Street Match. So Street Match, anyone that door knocks or calls leads, seller leads, you know, the most common thing that you're going to get back in return from them as a comment is, well, maybe next year, or maybe when the kids are done school, a couple years, just not right now. They put you down nicely in most cases. So why not bounce back and offer them something else? Don't walk away empty-handed, right? Instant update when your neighbors are selling. So you can now say, hey Joe, you know what, I understand you're not planning to sell in the next couple of years, but you know what, I have this great feature. And what it's going to do is every time your neighbor's house goes up for sale, I know you're probably online looking anyway to see what it's going for, I can send you that listing automatically as soon as it comes up. This way you can compare pictures, prices, information on the property, compare it to yours, and then that way when you are ready to sell, you'll have a good idea as to what home prices are going for in your neighborhood at this time. And most people are very receptive of this because you're not forcing anything on them, you're providing them a service of something that they're going to do anyway. So that's a pretty cool feature that you can add. And what this does then is every time that listing comes up, it's your name in front of this person, this potential seller, over and over and over again. So you're providing a service for them. You're going to follow up with them maybe every 3, 6, 9 months, just see how they're enjoying the services. But when they do go to sell, guess who they're probably going to call first? They're probably going to call you because you've already been working with them. So pretty cool feature there. So now I'm going to show you, so that's pretty much the site in the landing pages. We do have also a condo specific actually landing page, and I can show you that quickly. Let me just pull up a page that has that on there, that I know has that on there anyway. So a condo landing page, as I said, what it's going to do is it's going to pull prices from a specific building. So I don't personally know any buildings in the area that I am, the address of them. So what's going to happen is somebody's going to put their address in here, and once they do that, it's going to give them a report. And the report is going to give them prices of listings that are in their building. So it's going to say there's the lowest price listing at this, the highest price condo unit in your building at this, and on average it goes for this. So that is, you know, a pretty cool feature, and I can show you with the other home worth. So we actually have 3 home evaluation pages that you can use, you know, whether you use one of them or all of them. This is the other one. You again can edit this page, change the colors, images, throw it on its own domain. This is, you know, we have a client right now that has doubled their sales by running an aggressive Facebook campaign with his landing page for a home evaluation. So how this one works here, and it's the same as the condo one, is as users would enter in their address. Once they've done it, it's going to give a report, and as you can see, it's going to give me some prices. So we've got the lowest price house, so it's giving me a radius around this area here. It's giving me the lowest price listing, the highest price listing, then on average this is what homes are going for. If users want a complete evaluation, they just fill it out, and boom, away you go. You get notification of a new lead in the system. Again, if they don't complete the form, the system still grabs the address information, so that all is not lost, and you can still work that lead however you decide is best for you. This here is a CRM. I'm showing you a CRM of one of my clients. So he is aggressively, or not aggressively even, he's just running a PPC campaign. So we offer that as well. Great lead prices, trust me. The last 30 days, he's got a budget right now of $150. He's got himself 73 leads, so that's pretty good for in the last 30 days, if you ask me. So here is where, this is pretty much the dashboard of the CRM. You're going to have your lead types, that sort of thing, all your leads in here, their information. And I'm going to try to find someone in here that I can show you some of the features of these leads so that you can see exactly how it all works. So let's pick on Dwight here and see what he's been doing. So in here you have your lead details. I always say, everyone, leave a note for yourself. As you can see, Robert here has 73 leads this month only. He's not going to know what the heck he spoke to Dwight about last time he did. So always leave a note for yourself. It makes you sound real smart and like you're on top of the game, and it's really personalized towards that individual. So here, within your leads, you can actually see if they're opening emails. This guy doesn't seem like he's very interested. He signed up for something and then he's just not looking. He's not even looking at the listings. So here, you know, on a typical client, you would be able to see if they open these emails. So you can see if you're asking them a question, they opened it, and they didn't answer, well, maybe you need to try something else. Maybe you need to call them, do something else about it. The vow, and I will find you one where I know he's looked at it, actually shows you if they looked at the listings. So let me try to find one for you through this live leads here. This is also a pretty cool feature as well. It tells you when people are active. You can even set it up on your cell phone. So if somebody gets active, you can go ding, 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 Crystal's active. Which means in the next 3 to 5 minutes, guess who you're calling? You're going to call Crystal because she's either looking at listings, she's reading an email you sent, or she's on your website looking at listings. So what better time to connect with someone is while they're in that mindset of real estate. You're not catching them while they're, you know, giving the kids a bath. Well, maybe if they're looking at listings, but for the most part, you're going to have a better conversation with those people because you're not catching them at a bad time. So let's look at here. So this page here, it tells you when your leads were last active. So for example, and it'll go down to the very minute. So when you come into your office and you want to do your lead conversions, you know, if you're not getting those notifications, then this is where you go. These are the people you know are active. So it's going to tell you when they're last active. So here we've got Roland. Let's click on Roland, see if Roland, you know, actually did anything. He unsubscribed. So that's what he must have been doing. He hasn't looked at any listings, but he did do something. So he must have been on the website or looking at a past email as to why he became, you know, live at that time. So let's go back and try to find somebody else that, you know, is actually looking at listings and hasn't unsubscribed. As soon as this opens, you can also add tags to your leads too, and I'll go over that in a minute, which is pretty cool as well. So let's look at Sandra. Let's hopefully Sandra's looked at something. So Sandra here, she's emailed her and kind of done. So look at, we've got Sandra looking at listings, which is great. So let's look at this one. It's got 16 listings, a little bit more as to what she's looking at. So it's going to better, you know, allow me to explain to you a little bit better as to how this all works. So as you can see, it's going to tell you when your leads are looking at these listings, what type, if they just looked at the preview or the full view, and how many times they looked at it. So she looks like she's gone through every listing twice. So she probably went through it again, went through it again, went through it again. This one she looked at 4 times. So she doubled that one. So that one's probably a little bit more interesting to her than, you know, these other ones there. Now the system's also going to tell you if she opened this at a later time. So it's going to give you the same date but a different time, and it's going to tell you how many times she looked at it. And this IP tells you where they looked at it from. So let's say she looked at it from here 2 times. Then we see it again. Maybe she looked at it the same day from a different IP. That indicates that A, she either looked at it at work or at home and then went and looked at it somewhere else, or she shared it with someone. You know, that indicates that that listing is of interest to them. So what better way to follow up with someone and convert someone? If I got someone that I know is interested in a property, you know, for example, this one here, I can call them up and be like, hey, Crystal, you know, it's Joe here from Remax. I just sent you some listings yesterday, and I noticed that one of these homes on, you know, one of the condos there on Gordon Drive seems to match a lot of the criteria that you're looking for. Now, building, you know, units in that building, I've heard, you know, recently with the market are going pretty fast. Did you want to go take a look at that? And a lot of times those buyer leads, they just need that sense of urgency, that push. And however you work your leads and however you decide to, you know, converse with them, this little bit of inside information allows you to convert them a lot faster because you're not having to go in, you're not sending them listings and having no idea what the heck they're doing. You're just kind of hoping for the best that, you know, they're going to call you back. Right now, real estate is off the hook, so you're all so busy, you can't even really go, you don't have time to go in and kind of really go through what you're sending them and kind of, you know, knowing their criteria and stuff. This does it all for you. so that you can do what you do best. Come do your lead conversion, check to see what they're looking at. If there's something you see that you know that's of interest, you deal with it. If not, you kind of let it be. Now you can also set tasks for yourself and email campaigns. So this person here is on a buyer's campaign. It's a drip campaign. Basically you forget. The system does the rest for you. It's going to have those follow-up emails like, are you still looking? You know, did you get my email? Did you get the listings? That sort of thing. And you have the abilities to also edit these as well. So you don't have to go with what we have pre-scripted and how frequent they go out. You can actually go in and edit them. You can also create your own campaigns as well. We're going to give you about 6 different campaigns, so buyers and sellers. But you can create your own. Like as I said, maybe you have an event that you're going to be hosting and people register on your site for that event. Why not add them to a drip campaign? You know, they get something like a week before, a month before, that sort of thing. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to, you do it once and everyone automatically gets it. You know, we want you to focus on real estate and what you do best and let the system do the rest for you. So a lot of the leads that you will get in your system are leads that have just registered on the site because of that forced registration. They haven't necessarily signed up for anything. They're just another lead. They've given you the information. So what we have here is the activity tab. I tell all my clients, you call them, you don't get an answer, because when you call them, you're going to try to get them on one of those campaigns, whatever it is. Maybe they're buying, they're selling, you know, any kind of lead. You know how to do it. You're going to work them, try to get something to them. If they don't answer, and you can see that they're clearly looking at listings on your site, I say leave a message. Tell them that you're doing that. Tell them that the market's moving fast in your area, or however you want to put it. I'm going to do this for you. You can opt out at any time. And how you would do it is through this activity tab, because you don't know by not talking to this person what they're looking for. This activity tab here tells you what they've been looking at. So if you were to scroll down all the way to the bottom, from 19 days ago, this is when this person first registered on the site, was 19 days ago. And these were the listings that they were looking at while they're on the site 19 days ago. So what the system does then is it's going to give you all the searches that they've performed on the site, so you have a good idea as to what they're looking for, as well as going to analyze everything that they've done up to date. So it's going to give you the average price of the properties that they're looking at, the types of properties, and where they're looking at these properties. So then you can set them up on a drip campaign following this criteria, and then when you're leaving that message, just make sure that you say, please call me to go over any specifics with regard to your property, just so that we are sending you accurate listings, you know, something along those lines. And then you put them on the drip campaign. You forget, you can create a task for yourself if you like, a quick task to follow up, whatever it may be. And then you can also get that as a text message or an email. Every day you've got tasks. So you know what you have to do that day. You also be able to see it here as well. So when we go back to these lead tags here, so every lead you can add tags to. Robert hasn't created any tags for his clients yet. But what you can do is you can create new tags. So let's say Sandra's looking for a condo under $350,000 by the looks of it. So we can then create a tag that says condo under $350,000, and then maybe, you know, the city that she's looking in. That way, if you are creating a mass email, for example, maybe you got a new condo listing and you got it listed at $325 in the city that Sandra wants to buy in, you can then make sure that that mass email only goes out to people that are looking within that criteria. Because let me tell you, if you send Sandra a listing that's, you know, a condo or even a house, you know, well over her budget, you're going to hear about it from Sandra. She's going to be like, why are you sending me this? Because it looks like it just came directly. It doesn't look like it was mass email. It looked like you sent it directly to her. So that allows you to do that. These tags also allow you to filter from the dashboard. So on the front of the page here, when you first gone into the CRM, you have these filtering options to filter these leads. So if you wanted to filter based off those tags, maybe you got that new listing, it hasn't hit the market yet, and you want to introduce it to your leads before you put it up on the net. So this allows you to filter those people. You can then call them like, hey Daryl, you know, I just got this new listing, it's a condo. It follows your criteria. Did you want me to send it to you? Do you want to go take a look? I haven't listed it yet. I just wanted to introduce it to you before I do, giving my clients the upper hand and the opportunity before the rest of the market sees it. So it gives you those capabilities as well. Again, you have here your partial leads. So partial leads are those leads where you enter the address. You can see I've been on his site several times, showing people the home evaluation page on there. So I always tell them I use the same address, Robert, that way you know it's me. So I go in there. These are partial leads. So these are anyone that filled out any of those home evaluation or street match forms, and they just enter their address and they bounce back. It tells you where they came from, and then that way you can follow up however you want with these leads, whether you door knock, send a letter, cold call. It's really up to you how you deal with those leads, but we just give you that second opportunity. Again, you have your email section. You can create your own templates, mass emails, campaigns, that sort of thing. If you're a team, more than one person, you have user accounts. You can create up to 9 user accounts within your $59.95 monthly fee. So you can have your entire team on here putting their leads in the system. You can then do lead sharing. So if you decide you want to do any type of Google Ads and PPC, you can then have your leads going in rotation. You can also specify who gets what leads. So if your team, often the team lead wants all the seller leads, right? So you can then say, okay, Robert gets all the seller leads, but you know, Joe, Bob, Mary, they're in a round robin getting all those buyer leads to work with. So you have the option and capabilities of doing that as well. Here you have your tag marketing. If you go with tag marketing with us, not sure if you know what that is. It's the, you know, once a user comes to your website, their IP address gets tagged. They then start seeing your ad everywhere. So Kijiji, they start seeing on like Amazon, YouTube, anywhere where you see those Google ad spots. You probably recognize if you ever go on your bank site, all of a sudden you're browsing and you're getting all these things about mortgage rates and stuff like that from your bank everywhere. That's what tag marketing is. You jump on a site, they tag your IP, you start seeing those ads. So with this, if you purchase tag marketing, you have it in your dashboard, so you can see exactly what your tag marketing is doing, how many impressions have showed up, as well as how many people have clicked it. Here is where you would access your website to go in and edit, update anything if you wanted to. And then finally, we have what we call as our help Zendesk. So we have an awesome support team here. We give free training to you guys. Not everyone is in a position where they can spend money on Google pay-per-click right now. We understand that. But at the same time, we want you all to be successful. So we provide training for free. So at the bottom of here, we have our training calendar where you can learn how to use the CRM. We have different stages, so beginners and advanced. We provide training on using Kijiji, free advertising, how to go about doing that, as well as things like Facebook. So utilizing Facebook to share your listings. Nothing bothers me most when somebody shares a listing and it's not through their website. You guys need to be driving traffic to your website. Google loves people driving traffic to your website. So we give you all the tips and the tricks and how to go about doing that, how to boost a post, how to run that Facebook campaign with that Homeworth landing page so you can double your sales capabilities and so on. So we provide you all these tools for free. You can go to them as frequently as you want. And aside from that, if you do need help outside of these CRMs, we have a full support staff on standby that, you know, is there to help you guys to ensure that you are successful. So let's talk about pricing here for a second. So I showed you the sites, I showed you the CRM capabilities and that sort of thing. So our monthly fees, our websites are $59.95 a month. That gets you your hosting. You get use of all the landing pages and the CRM system. If you do, like some agents have a second site with us, your second site is only $39.95 because we're utilizing that same CRM system. And yes, before any of you ask, the CRM system comes, you don't get a different rate just because you're not going to use the CRM system, which I do highly recommend because of the ability alone just to watch what your leads are doing and getting those notifications when they are active. Setup fees. So our custom setup, you know, they start at $3,000, but again, it's a lot more work for our development team to do. We're building your site from image to code. So you get a real big say as to how the design, the functionality, you know, the flow of that page is, so that the website really reflects you and what it is that you offer and want to share with potential buyers and sellers in the market. Template sites are considerably less. Again, we've got 6 different layouts for you to choose from. You can choose your layout change your layout at any time. Setup fees on that is $3.49, so much less on that. Again, you've seen some of those template designs. You can customize those to your own preference, you know, as to, you know, what reflects you as well. As mentioned, it is a template. They're pre-coded, which means you do have some limitations, but you can still do a lot. If you are interested in PPC, that starts at $300 a month. And it really does depend on where you're looking to run your PPC campaign as to how much it costs. So we have a management fee that's built into our PPC campaigns, and all of these prices you see here are inclusive of that management fee. So we do have some great rates right now. Toronto leads $10, so that's gonna, you know, $10.50. It's gonna get you about 30 leads a month for that $300. Vancouver, you're at under $9 a lead, which is pretty good. I'm surprised it's even that low. Again, you're going to see a good quantity of leads. If you're in the Langley area, it says here $7.35, but I'm going to tell you that's wrong. We have increased and enhanced our PPC ads to a point where we're getting the leads at about $5 a lead right now in Langley. So with your $300, you're going to expect to see about 60 leads a month. So if you go to any other third-party, provider of leads, they're charging you in most cases a flat rate or a higher rate than we're giving you real Google prices, which means that we charge you your management fee. You're going to see that on an invoice from us. Everything that we spend on Google, you get billed directly from Google from. So you can see exactly how we're spending your money and how it's being sent. And we're not, Mickey Mousing anything. It's real money. It's being spent the way it's supposed to be spent. So if your city isn't on this page, doesn't mean that we don't do it. This is just some of the areas that we captured on here. Basically, we can do anywhere. We can do it anywhere. Now, we don't have stats on everywhere. It's just because if somebody hasn't run it with us yet, we can't give you that information. But in that case, if no one's doing it, it means you're going to be doing a lot better because you don't have anyone competing with our awesome, PPC guys setting up those campaigns. So that's why we got Kelowna guy right now. He's getting leads at like 450. 450, 350 lead. So it's just insane. Like they're going crazy. So if this is something that you're interested in, let me know. You can reach me directly. It's 647-494-4067. Otherwise, shoot me an email. It's crystal@agentlocator.ca, and I'll be happy to, assist you and give you some information that you need to get you started and to even see if the system is right for you as to, what it is that you're looking to accomplish and succeed at. I'm pretty sure we can help you, but in some cases we can't. Just everyone's different, right? So thank you guys again for watching, and I look forward to talking to you. All right, bye.